And welcome everyone to Wizards Outlook. We got Raymond Lyons here this evening. I'm Wilson Tarpe Jr. Look, the fourth preseason game for the Washington Wizards. They came off from winning the last one. This one did not go as well as the last one went. The Nets, it was all Brooklyn in this one, 131, Wizards 92. Right, just your initial thoughts on this one, and I'm anxious to see what you have to say, and I'll chime in as you go.
um, yeah, this was not good as indicative of how the final score, but it looked like they were just trying to see what some guys had to offer. It was just a disjointed performance on both sides of the ball. Yeah, it just looked like a young team trying to figure it out. I know a lot of guys didn't play, but yeah, you never want to see a 40 piece up on the scoreboard. Nets just kind of ran away with it in the second half. I don't even have much more to say beyond that. It seemed like it just seemed like every play was a live ball turnover into a fast break layup or dunk. Um, that's they got to clean that up for sure. But yeah, I mean it's the fourth preseason game with most of the major pieces out. Um, but at the same time, you gotta look like a professional basketball player. The interior defense that desperately needs to improve. Um, and the Nets, they just seemed like they were playing faster, playing tougher. Just wanted a different gear than the Wizards tonight. Um, yeah, and once the halftime break was over, it was just shooting around. They were out there playing by themselves. I think they in the second half they scored 34 points in the third and 42 in the fourth. That kind of tells the tale. Yeah, Wizards just couldn't do anything right. Yeah, not about to waste time getting into a whole lot of analytical stuff. It was just bad all around.
Yeah, sometimes stuff is simple, man. It's one of those times. It was not a good showing. We know it's preseason. We know, folks are trying to figure things out. As one of the small things. To where obviously we see Coach Keith messing around with some combinations with the lineups and how rotations might just different things you might have to go to or resort to throughout the course of an 82 game season. Like, hey, this is what we have going on. Knock on wood because of injuries or because of sicknesses or what have you, or just you're in a tough moment. Hey, I know this lineup. I remember this in preseason. This lineup might give us some energy, give us something, right? But like you said, the turnovers, man. We've been talking about turnovers a lot this preseason. They have to get a hold on this before we get to the regular season. We know they got one more preseason game before preseason's over. Um, I liked how they came out offensively. Like for much of the first quarter, I thought they did a good job running their sets. The guards doing a great job cutting. But yeah, defensively, like you said, in the second half, it was just bad, man. They got to tighten some things up. I still feel like we haven't seen a game where like that first group really came out. It was sharp on both ends. So I'm anxious to see if maybe it come Friday because they got the Knicks again, which that's going to be exactly what we saw last time. They're not going to change who they are for anything. Clearly, we saw Bub get the start in this one. We saw Kispert get the start. I thought Bub played well off the start. The other vets in the lineup, Rashawn Holmes got some good minutes. For the Nets, it was good to see Ben Simmons kind of sort of looking like Ben Simmons. I know it's been quite a while, but I think it was like 11 minutes, maybe 11, 13 minutes, but that's probably the most Ben Simmons has looked like Ben Simmons in what, like 3-4 years, possibly, in terms of getting to the basket and not shying away from contact or anything. Like, I wish I wasn't taken back by like the first two. I think he scored the first two baskets of the game for the Nets. I was like, oh, he's driving without hesitating. This is weird. Um, I, I, I I'm interested in the mix between him and Schroeder. You know, in that starting lineup was kind of fun. Yeah, 2 point guards are floor at all times. But yeah, man, Cam Thomas is still a professional scorer, so nothing's changed and on that front. But yeah, it's a preseason game, regardless of whatever's going on. Like you said, there's only so much you can take from it. They got one more of these, and then it counts for real. Like again, we're getting closer to that. Player of the game tonight for you?
Close your eyes and throw a dart at the Nets depth chart. I go Cam Thomas. Just he looked like he's revving up to have a good regular season. That's kind of what you expect to see from a player's position. As the preseason goes on, you see him kind of pick up. Yeah, like you said, professional scorer. This was only the second preseason game, but start of regular season right around the corner, and you kind of want to see you guys round in the form around this time. So just for the way he started and just set the tone, I'll give it to him for tonight.
Yeah, no arguments there for me at all. Like you said, you could have picked several folks. This one, X Factor, you can take your pick. You want to go first on this one? I'll jump out there either or.
I go Shake Milton.
Okay.
A little microwave roll tonight.
All right, I pulled the U, and then we got X Factors for me. I went shaking Benjamin. I don't think anybody can expect anything from Benjamin the last few years. So I think anything you get that remotely looks like the guy that once was is a positive thing. And again, it's not, I don't mean that in a negative way at all. Just like folks would have took this. I'm sure the Nets would have took this a couple years ago when they had a couple personnel changes ago. They would have been happy with that on a consistent basis. And that's not what they got. All right, but folks, we appreciate you guys. We'll see you later this week, obviously, a weekly episode of Focus TV, and then we'll see you guys Friday night after the Knicks Wizards game as far as it pertains to Wizards Outlook. Have a good one.